You're probably wondering why your fuel door won't close or it doesn't stay locked even when you lock the vehicle, and it still stays open. So you can see right there, let's see, see the little button, that's me unlocking it, this is me locking it. So that piece that engages in and out, it's broken, which is basically this piece. So this engages in and outwards, and that's the piece that's broken. So this basically just locks into here, back and forth, engages and disengages. So that part, to get to there, you would have to get to the trunk on a 2013 C204. So you're gonna remove a lot of things here. So you're gonna remove this piece, which is, it'll take a little bit some time, but for you to remove easier, you could actually kind of twist it off, slide it, but I would prefer you to just take it off here and kind of pull it out, and then easier for you to take out. There will also be another pin up here that you have to remove, and that pin. So you basically got all these to remove. So let's get to it. This little mechanism, it's back inside there. Okay, so for you to be able to get to the little mechanism, it's inside. You really can't see it. It's in there. So you will need to remove these two 10mm bolts to have clearance and to be able to get to that little module. Alright, so I managed to remove that device. I did try looking into it, but there is really no room to actually peek into it. Let's see if I can get a flashlight. See exactly what's going on. So better understanding where that product. Okay, so there it is. It's definitely deep in there, and it is going to be a difficult job to do, since you have no visibility of knowing what you're doing exactly, but to just feel in touch, and somehow I'm not sure how you even get it in there, but let's give it a shot. Okay, so the tools you'll be needing for this job is going to be a T20 bit drive. You will also need one of these for tight spaces, since this is definitely not going to fit in there, and 10mm socket and a socket wrench to be able to get to these screws. Okay, so since this is very difficult to access through here, there is another way, but just in case your fuel door, that little locking mechanism does not engage and it stays locked even when you unlock the door, there is one way for you to just go back here and pull on this little tab right here, and you could unlock the car that way manually. Since this one's not engaged, it's not connected to any wiring, you can't barely, this is in lock mode, actually this is in open mode, so it's disengage. So when it's in engage, this stretches out a little bit further, and you can pull on this tab to unlock your fuel door. That's one way. So what you're gonna need for you to be able to remove this is, you're gonna see this little tab here. You're gonna turn it counterclockwise, quarter turn. It is kind of difficult. See if you got a flat head, most likely you should be able to turn it that way. So insert the flat head through there. Okay, so it's removed, got it in my hand. So you do really have to turn it. the other way, because these two tabs right here, it locks in place into those holes right there. They kind of scrape it a little bit. Okay, so now next is for you to grab a, so get one of these and try to work your way around. See how, notice there's little tabs here, so you're gonna have to go inside and kind of pop those out. Okay, so for you to remove this, it is kind of hard. I've tried using this little tab. It is kind of difficult because you do gotta apply pressure. Depending on the type of vehicle it is, it does become a little bit tedious. So I did get a flathead screwdriver, and you just basically go apply in the middle, work your way towards the little clips, and you just pop it out. There you go. So you want to do is close this up a little bit, kind of slide it upwards. So there goes your fuel door that came out. It is quite difficult to do, so do be very careful. Kind of did scratch the paint a little bit over here, but not too bad. So you want to apply 2 masking tapes, and you should be able to get to your little mechanism, which is just right there. There it is. Mechanism. Okay, so you don't have to really remove the screws all the way. First detach 2 sides. I might need both of my hands for this. So it's detached. So what you want to do is just loosen up those 2 screws. That's all you basically have to do. Okay, so once you loosen it out, you just slide it out. That's it. You don't have to remove the screws, otherwise you're going to be doing that for the rest of the day. And you just slide it onto the new one. Okay. That's it. And then you just tighten down the screws. Okay, so I plugged it all back in. So what you want to do is test it out. This is unlock. This is lock. Unlock. Perfect. Alright, to set everything back in place, I did put more masking tape, so I don't want to end up damaging the area of my body. So, alright, let's get back to the installation. So one thing you gotta do is verify that that hose is actually connected before you start putting everything back together. Otherwise, it's gonna get cringed up and you might damage the new unit. So I'm guessing that might be the reason why it happened, or I'm not sure exactly if someone tried to steal my gas. So pop that hose back into place. Alright, so I used some pliers, some needle long nose pliers, to actually get that back in place. It is kind of hard. Just doing it by hand is very, very difficult. So now we can go back to the installation, put everything back together. Okay, so we got the installation done. So let's test it out. Here goes lock and unlock. Perfect. Alright, so put this back in. You want to twist it counterclockwise. Technically it was supposed to be the other way. Clockwise. Okay, so it looks good. Alright, let's test it out, make sure it works. So right now it's locked. I do not have access to it. There you go. Perfect. So it's done.